Okay, let's go ahead and finish up the series of videos on living like a millionaire. This final one is on acting like a millionaire. After all, for people who are obsessed with millionaires, it's besides the things that they think millionaires have and where they live and what they own, they want to act like the millionaire. In fact, so much so that people try and do that anyway, and they miss the mark. Okay, so let's start with what a lot of people feel is the way millionaires live. They're on a golf course all day long. They're out on adventures, or they are at poolside or on a beach somewhere, and that's kind of the lifestyle that we think of, the carefree. So here, let's talk about reality. Which of these activities are they most likely to be doing in the last 30 days? Which would it be most common? Fishing, golfing, watching kids, grandkids play sports, bowling, or entertaining friends for dinner. So we can, surprisingly, it's not that they don't love their grandkids or their kids. That's not the most common activity. Neither is it fishing or bowling. So you might think, oh, I knew it. It was golfing. Wrong. It is actually, they tend to be quite social. Relationships are very important, and so they'll host close friends for dinner. It was nearly 9 out of 10 millionaires in the survey done by Millionaire Next Door. Nearly 9 out of 10 had a family or a friends over for dinner in the last 30 days. So what about if they have a commute and they are perhaps on a commuter train and have some time? They're going to be listening. What are they going to listen to on their head if they've got their earbuds in or a headset? What are they listening to? Are they listening to their favorite playlist? Are they listening to the news? Are they listening to an audio book? Or are they listening to political talk shows? Well, reality is, surprisingly, it's not. The number one thing that they listen to is not the news, and it's not their favorite music, and it is not political talking heads. Millionaires have a passion for learning and reading. Reading for pleasure is even higher than listening to audiobooks. But if they are not able to read, if they're driving maybe, they're going to be listening to audiobooks rather than other forms of audio that they might get on their phones. Okay, what about something they might do on a regular basis, maybe daily? Are they more likely to volunteer, to exercise, play sports, to play video games, or to go to the horse races? So we can get rid of the horse racing. That's it's not totally uncommon, but it is not near any kind of figures that you might some people might think. It's well below half. That even do it on a monthly or annual basis. And then it's not volunteering, although as a group they are very volunteer-oriented, both donations and time to causes that they believe in or that they have been involved with previously. And then, of course, not surprisingly, they're not spending a whole lot of time playing video games. That's not how they were able to build their financial stability and security. They are, though, quite active, health-wise, and whether they're playing sports or exercising, it's pretty common more common among millionaires than the rest of us. So this is a fun one. What are they counting? They are counting something regularly, daily. What are they looking at and counting daily? Are they looking at their Facebook and social media likes? Are they counting their money? That's what a lot of people believe because they are thinking of them as greedy and miserly. Are they counting their collections or are they counting their calories? So let's go ahead and get rid of social media. They're not wasting time on social media and worrying about who likes their posts or not. I think most of us, especially if you're a parent, you know that's a waste of time to try and get our kids to understand that too. They're not counting collections, whether it's stamps or wines or anything else. They may do that, but not regularly. They're not counting money. They are actually very likely to be counting calories, about 5 or 6 times more likely than the general population. Because health is so important to them and they understand they have to be healthy to enjoy their life and to have the energy to do what they want to do, they're much more likely to count calories on a daily basis. What about this comparison? Are they more likely to be reading sacred texts and praying regularly, drinking wine daily or regularly, flossing their teeth, or riding in a limo? So you might be surprised given what we've been learning here, but it's just under half that will be reading sacred text or praying pretty much daily, which is probably above the average of the general population. But that's not most common here. Drinking wine, again, not as common, super common. And since they don't acquire things for show, riding in a limo is not what they're about. And yet, here's one, flossing their teeth. This is just one of those weird things. 62% of high wealth individuals will floss their teeth daily, maybe 65%, versus less than 10% of the general population. So when I go into middle schools and high schools and I get through with this presentation, I tell them, look, you want to start acting like a millionaire today? Go home, start flossing. It's the easiest way to start acting like a millionaire. It's not going to necessarily get us our millions, but it's a mindset that we have to be healthy and self-disciplined. And so that does it for this final video. Go ahead and finish up the last few questions before finishing up here. Thank you for joining me.